All right. Anyway, what I'm going to do is put both, I don't know, test both of those starter motors out, because I just didn't see any real point in messing around with the other one right off the bat. Plus, I didn't have any cleaner left. You know, I'm all out of freaking brake clean and stuff. So run down here, test these out, see what's going to happen, crank it up, jump start it, whatever I got to do, and go from there with it. Figure it all out again. All right, so that one's in. Let's see what happens. My battery's down to 12.52, which is considered low, but I just want to bump it and see if it moves. And if it don't, I'll string up another battery. I should have put that thing on the charger when I left the last time. Nothing again, same. At least it's clicking now. And man, I've got so many freaking grounds on there right now. It's just hard to imagine that I got a crappy ground somewhere. You know what? I'm going to take these off. The ground going to the motor, and the ground going to the battery. You put them both on the same terminal instead of separate. See if it has any effect. No, the solenoid is good because it was used on the 20 horse. Oh no! There it is. Look at that. The wire just fell off and they just corroded right through. It's so amazing how you find this stuff. Goodness gracious, there it is. It has to be it. And luckily, I got this one. Wow, unbelievable. We ride again. You know, it's so funny with this stuff. You just never know. You know, you just never know. You know, since I've had this thing too, it's always been something stupid. Always. So I'll get the original starter back up, cleaned up. It's an Arco. Get that back on. Let's give this one a shot. Oh, it didn't work. Why? You gotta be kidding me. How could that not have worked? Battery's too low. That starter, no good. Hard to believe that. But it might be. It's a cheapy eBay Chinese starter. Boy, those gears look a little tight. Let me get a couple of cables here and see what's going on. Oh, before I do anything, let's check this too. So, ground, positive, 12.54. That's not good. That's not good. I can't remember the history on that starter. Let me bump this other one, see what happens. That one works. Well, let me pull this thing out. Alright, it's at 10.79 volts. That's what's going through the thing to start it. Is it just low voltage now? But how come nothing's coming out down here to the starter? See, this runs in, powers up the key, flip the key, sends the power back, so it's down to 10 something. Nothing wrong with that starter. The problem too, trying to start it, is I can't sit at the key and prime it. And I can open the primer up a little bit for the emergency setting on the red handle. Man, it'll just flood the hell out of it. Let's try it. What the hell? All right, so here's what I'm going to try. I ran the cable from the starter, and I'll hit the battery instead of hit the starter in the reverse way. I'll leave the hood on. Yeah, you know, quiet things down a little bit. The only thing is, like, you know, priming and stuff, I put my fast start up a little bit. I got people always commenting, "You're living the life." I'm like, yeah, sometimes it's a... No, they say, "You're living the dream." I said, yeah, sometimes it's a nightmare. I'm wondering if I hit it, I can stick my hand up there and open that primer solenoid up a little bit. All right, let's hit it and see what the hell happens. That's all I can do. Should be a little better with the hood on. Yeah, that's a lot better. See how much that primer put in there? Open that baby up. It'll warm up for a minute. I just want to see if it's charging. It's charging. 12.91, 92. 93, 94, 5. So that's a good thing. Let's let it warm up and charge that battery. And then I'm going to test its starter solenoid and see if it'll jump. Give her a minute to warm up. It's still charging. It's bouncing around from 13.9 to 15.12. This thing has needed motor mounts since the day I got it. What's my fast start lever? Let it back up on that cable just a little bit. Get down to the bottom here. Really got to slam it to lock it down. Well, let's see where it's at. .32 1 13. Let's drop it a little bit. Let's hit it and see if anything happens. Damn. That 12.88. It's not charged, you know, but it took a little bit. When I hit the key, it's not dropping like crazy. It's pretty normal. 12.76, 75. Off. Back up to 12.8. 1. So something between that solenoid and the starter. That solenoid was working on the 20. What could it be? That's a freaking shame, man. Let me try to jump that solenoid, see if anything happens. I got more in the van. Like I said, this thing was working on the 20 horse. Where's that wire I need? Oh God, it worked. It hasn't done that. It has not been doing that. Key is on. See, I don't know if I jump it, does that mean it's bad and it's good, or it's good, or by jumping it, it's working because it's bad? Solenoid didn't do that. Aha! The key's working. What the hell is going on? Alright, here's what's going on. I just tore this one apart. And what happens is, a little plunger in here, after time, gets burnt. See where it's all burned up right there? And on the other side, it's all melty, messed up. And the two posts here, see they're black in there, being burned up. So that's what happens. You get that one click, 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 click. So right when I said, man, it started all by itself, what the hell is going on? My camera battery had died. I didn't care. Didn't know at the time. I was freaking out that it started. And all through the video, I kept saying, probably said it 15, 20 times. There's something between the solenoid and the starter. This is what's between it. That one freaking click. If it's like a low battery, low voltage, it's gonna go click, 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 click. And I have kept bumping it, bumping it, bumping it, bumping it. Then out of the blue, blah, 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 she started right up. So sometimes what happens, these things will spin, turn, and hit a clean spot. You know, the vibration of the motor, and you can smack them sometimes, like a starter motor when you're kicking off the dust off the brushes, and you know they'll start. But this one looks like it's been hitting that spot for a long time. Now this isn't the one that's on there. The one that's on there is from the 20 horse. The reason I used that, because I knew it was working. Well, it stopped working too. Click, click, click. Oh, the other thing too that hit me like a ton of bricks. When I was a kid, a young man, I don't know what vehicle it was, but it was like every few 4 or 5 months, I'd have to pull the starter out, pull the solenoid out, and clean off the plunger. It was so black and burned all the time. And I put it all back in, and 3, 4, 5 months later, I did it again. And I'm like, man, how did I forget that? You know, this is what's between the solenoid and the starter is this mess. So I checked out Advanced Auto Parts, man. These things aren't cheap anymore. Usually these are the ones, say 12 volt on them. They're hanging off the shelf right there. You just pick one up. But they didn't show me this one. The ones they showed me in stock were not cheap. So just out of the blue, I'm going to clean this puppy up, polish it all up and everything, make it nice again. This, I just drilled out the little rivets that were in there, I'll just re-rivet it or get some little screws and nuts. And I probably have 8, 9, 10 of these things, 8 at least that I know of. And every time something happens, well, let's swap it out, let's swap it out. So you just keep swapping it out with the same problem. This isn't the first time this has happened to me, and just never, swap it out, and the next one will work till it stops. So clean it up, see what happens. Should be good to go. It's a hell of a lot cheaper to put some rivets in it and clean it than it is to go buy one. So that's it. That's what was going on.
Oh yeah, baby, you know the channel.